Welcome back, everybody, to the continuation of our Let's Play of Pyanodons on Twitch. So, it's been like 2 weeks. Sorry about that. Almost 3 weeks, actually, if you think about it. And the reason for that is 2 weeks ago, I was completely drowning in work. And last week, I was completely drowning in mucus and illness and... But the streams did continue. I think we only missed like 1, maybe 2 streams because other things got higher priority. But we shall continue our recap of the Pi playthrough on the Twitch channel. So, what did we do last time? Well, last time we kind of showed off over here. And this has been some new additions over here. Last time we showed off over here the boron trioxide build. We are still missing this electrolyzer, by the way. Yes, I know. I'm terrible. I'm absolutely terrible. But that was the last thing we kind of showed off. And ever since then, we got some new additions. We got a new farm over here, a new farm over there, a new farm over here. We worked on the main line. We actually did completely fix up the main line over here. There's now an actual main line going to the base over here. So like one-way traffic this way and one-way traffic this way. And we even completed the circuit and made a main line connection over here where the rainbow guy is guarding the dike over here and guarding the dike over there. Good. So we are now more or less sitting on a better rail system, and ever since then the trains are going better. We will still keep two-way track in regions like this. Over here, trains should not be driving that often. At some point in time, traffic will increase, but traffic will only increase if our production increases. And by that point in time, we will probably be rebuilding it either way, so we don't need to worry too much about it. Good. Let's maybe start off with the most important thing. And I do need to have a bit of a walk over there because it is kind of far away. That's not that far away. But there was a question last time around where somebody asked in the comment section, Bolt, how does this multi-liquid system work? And I'm just going to show you. We could probably more easily show you down here because we got a very easy setup over here, where we got the multi-liquid system out of bitumen and syngas. If we click on this pipe over here, we will notice that in this pipe system, there is, over this fluid system, there is bitumen in there, and there's syngas in there. And we can also see that this machine over here is running on bitumen, whereas the pipe over here contains syngas, and we will be able to see the switch over here. There we go. Boop. Perfect timing. Yes, Pyanodons has a couple of buildings, these smelters, these oil burners, and these glass works. I think there's more. I probably missed 1 or 2, but these are good examples of buildings like this. These buildings over here take any kind of liquid fuel, and liquid fuel is more or less everything that you can find in the Pi codex over here under the fluid index. Not every liquid can be burned for fuel, but a lot of liquids can be, and maybe sort them by fuel value real quick. There we go. So these are all the liquids. That's not actually that many. It's actually less than maybe 10%. Not quite sure. I'm just estimating over here. But these liquids over here all have a fuel value. These are things like kerosene, diesel, gasoline, and stuff like that. But also things like outlet gas, condensed distillates, syngas, of course, aromatics, tar, middle oil, raw gas, even pitch can burn. Wow. And hydrogen, if we really want to be. Well, hydrogen, it's not really that worth it. But you can see that some of these liquids have more of an energetic boom, and some of these have less of an energetic boom. But that's all fine. That's all fine. Because the machine over here, this one doesn't care what we put in over here for liquid fuel. It takes any of those. Now, you are going to be, as always in Pyanodon, if you're going to make a build in Pyanodon, there's always a chance that you back up on something. For example, best example is over here, the tar works. Over here, we crack tar into things like the anthracene oil, the creosote, the pitch, the middle oil. The middle oil we turn into aromatics, carbolic oil, and even more light oil. Whereas the pitch we turn into naphthalene oil and anthracene oil and stuff like that. And actually also some hydrogen, but we really don't care about hydrogen. And there's even more cracking down over here where we turn it into different stuff. Now, you can already see over here, we got over here these oil burners. These over here are dedicated ones. These over here only run on a certain liquid. For example, this one over here runs on carbolic oil. This one over here runs on the naphthalene oil and stuff like that. Over here, we got a dedicated system. But it could be that this dedicated system over here is not going to be fast enough to burn off our extras. Best example, things like our kerosene processing over here. Because over here, we make loads of kerosene, loads of heavy oil, loads of light oil, loads of BTX, and we need to do something with that. And the one thing we're doing with that is we turn it, not this one, we put that into so-called combustion mixture stations. These stations over here can have any kind of liquid in them. Usually, in this one, it's light oil. Let's go to any other one. Where are you standing? Over here, it is syngas, refined natural gas. The natural gas, I think, is going to be exported, yes. Yeah, it's over here. It's syngas and refined natural gas. And these trains will pick up those liquids and will bring them to any kind of combustion mixture station. And if we now go to the original setup that we did, all the way over here, where is it? It's still a bit far away, so we still have to have a bit of a jog. We can see that you can mix and match those liquids in pipes. Now, for this to work, you do have to understand how pipes work. Let's maybe take here some water. Water is cheap, so we don't break anything. There we go. So, and let's just take it a little bit out. There we go. So over here, we now got the full pipe of water. Liquids in Factorio will move from high to low. So if a pipe is full, it will start to push liquid into a space that is empty. For example, if we put the pipe over here, it will flow over here and it will balance itself out. This is actually the perfect example at 50 over here and 49.9 over here. If we add another one over there, it will balance itself out on 33.3 and stuff like that. So it will start to flow from where there's a lot of liquids to where there's less liquid. That's how the liquid mechanic in Factorio works. Now, of course, you can't connect this to different liquids. If you do that, you can technically do it, but if you do this, something like this, then Factorio will tell you, nope, these are different liquids, idiot. You can't do that. Well, we can do it if we just place a pipe like this and rotate it into place. And then we will notice one thing. This pipe over here is full of carbon dioxide. This pipe over here is still full of water, as is this, as is this, as is this. Now, we could do something like that. We could put down a pump. Where's the thing? Where's my pumps? Here we go. I'm looking at them. My inventory is always such a mess. Here we go. Let's put the pump over here somewhere. Here we go. We can put the pump over here, and this pump actually can hold enough liquid over here to suck it all up. And then the carbon dioxide over here will follow. It's not like the water over here will be staying over here. No, things will follow through. Now, there are things that can happen, and these usually happen when your liquid system is very, very low. If you have a liquid in the pipe, and I'm just going to use this water again over there. Here, put it in there, please. And maybe let's make a cut over here. We now got some water over here and some water over here. It could just be that if we just extend this pipe over here a little bit. There we go. That's still not enough. Let's extend it a little bit further. Until the pipe actually runs out. There we go. Oh, that will definitely run out. Alright, there's still micro slivers in here. A little bit more. Okay, we can't make it happen over here. But you can see that there's like little slivers of water everywhere in this pipe system. And if we start to push in the carbon dioxide over here, we can actually try that real quick. Here, get this one out. And then reconnect you. Let's use the bot for that real quick. Here we go. So now we got like small micro slivers of water in here. If we put in a pump, a consumer pump at the end, something like this. And just go into some pipes or something like that. It really doesn't matter. We are using pipes for storage over here. There we go. Then we will notice one thing. The water over here. Oh, actually it worked for once. Never mind. That worked pretty well, actually. But that what we saw from here, that can get stuck if you're not careful. So if you make a system with multiple liquids like this, you have to be very, very, very careful because things can get stuck. For example, this water over here might be stuck. Let's see if we can get this water out. Okay, this one worked actually. But if your liquids, for whatever reason, flow into the opposite direction, which can happen if you look at things like tile borders over here. Things can be a bit funky at borders over here. So be careful if you make a multi-liquid system. It can get stuck if you are not careful. And having long pipe sections like this will definitely be a failure point. So maybe don't try to do that often. Also, we kind of vented all that CO2 over there. but that is fine. That is fine. Good. But let's go to the original system we set up, and that is all the way over here. We're almost there. Before we go over what we have built in the past couple of streams, let's see. The multi-liquid system is right over here past this big block of... Oh yeah, glycerol. We got so much glycerol. We got so much explosives. It's lovely. Good, 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 good. There we go. Yes, this is where we did the logistics science. And over here we got the liquid system. If we can find it, it's over there. And this liquid system over here has light oil in it, has syngas in it, has acetylene in it, and a whole bunch of kerosene. Nice. There's also a whole bunch of brains on the belt. Ignore that. We're definitely not extracting brains over here and using them for ourselves. Absolutely not. And if we have a look at the pipe over here, we can see there's kerosene over here. There's a whole bunch of pumps over here. Junctions over here can sometimes be a bit tricky. So we do go a little bit more excessive on the pumps. And if we follow this pipe, there's still kerosene over there, kerosene over here, kerosene over there. But over here is a good example. Over here, it's acetylene. And this might actually be stuck. If we have a look at you, acetylene over here, acetylene over here. It might or might not be stuck. There is a little bit of syngas in here. We can check here. Take these out. Use your liquid up and see if you get the switch in. There we go. No, you're missing molten glass. Excuse me. Who's doing molten glass over here? It might be stuck, actually. The system is not picture perfect. It will not work magically well. Oh, you know what? We're not going to get any glass over here because... Actually... Yeah, we're not going to get any glass over here because we are out of quartz over here. So that example over there will never work. Dang it. But that will be fine. That will be fine. We do have to fix this up later. As this is a very, 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 very old build. Good. Either way, that's the multi-liquid system, and it works by actually having multiple different liquids in a pipe system and by placing an absolute metric ton of pumps. An absolute metric ton of pumps. And the shorter your system, the less complex your system is, the more stable it will be. The more complex it is, the more likely it will be that you actually have to fix it. For example, these pumps over here, or these glassworks over here, where are they? Not over there, they're even higher up. These over here, we have to fix every now and then. But they seem to be working well, and we do got another multi-liquid system. We got a couple of them actually going around, which is over here at this glassworks. And this one over here has been working like a charm for most of the time. It is kind of waiting on some liquids over here. There's a train coming over. It is probably this one. Yes, there we go. And we can see that these over here, they're waiting for liquids. The train will be coming over. It's bringing us some acetylene gas. Thank you so much for that. It goes into the tanks. The tanks push it into this big tank. It then goes down this pipe and then into these machines. Here we go. Here we go. And then it works again. Good. Yeah, we probably have to make this bigger because all that gas we just pushed in there, it's already gone. These are so hungry for power. It is insane. Good. So, what are we working on right now? Right now, and that is the thing we're going to be finishing on Monday. We've already sketched it out over here a bit. We are actually going to set up Pi Science 2. We are almost there. We are missing no big parts anymore. Only like small parts where we just need to mix and match products together that we make in the base to make it flow. We do have a little setup over here that makes artificial blood. And we got loads of artificial blood over here in those tanks. And for the artificial blood, of course, we do need cobalt extract and we do need rare earth oxides. Now, the rare earth oxide build, that was this one over here. We've already shown this one off, and this one is working really, really, really well. This one is bloody amazing. Current issue with this build over here is we're kind of backed up on chromite sand. We still need to sink that. I'm kind of hoping that we just get to chromite production 2. Never mind, that is chemical science. Yeah, we were gonna have to make something out of that. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But we also had to make some cobalt extract over here. And to make cobalt extract, you basically need to make yourself some mixed ores. Mixed ores is a mixture of copper ore, nickel ore, and rare earth ore. And we get a whole bunch of stone out of that, which is also... yeah, I have to probably also fix that. It's always good to do these recaps because I kind of notice what I still need to do over here. But we got quite a bit of it over here in the storage. And it's currently not really required that much. So that will be fine. The only problem over here is we need a whole bunch of cyanic acid. Cobalt extract, where's that? Pump, 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 pump. There we go. We need 150 cyanic acid, or 50 cyanic acid per cobalt extract. We got 2 of these machines over here making cobalt extract. That means we make 1.5 per second. That means we need 150 of it per second. That doesn't make any sense. We need 75 per second. That makes more sense. And currently, our only way to make cyanic acid is by cooking up urea. Now, we got this magnificent poop cooker over here that will take liquid manure and, of course, some bacteria over here, and it will turn that into loads of urea. Problem is, the ammonia over here, we don't really have a good use for this at the moment, which is a bit sad. We can't really use the ammonia for a lot. We do need to make formamide. So formamide is a thing that we do need for the good alien samples, which we will be making over here somewhere. The build is actually right over there. We can't see it, but that's fine. That is fine. So we are at least going to be using a little bit of this ammonia, but it would be more better. That's of course the term I'm looking for. It would be way better if we try to get to this recipe or into only that one recipe. Where's it? Oh, boom, 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 boom. There we go. If we get the extra ammonia that we have over here and turn that into even more cyanic acid, so that we have more or less a dedicated build. The other way around, there is also a recipe out there, and we have that unlocked, where we take the cyanic acid and add some formic acid and some hydrogen and turn that into more ammonia. So we could make a dedicated build that makes only cyanic acid or that makes only ammonia, and that will be way better. Splitting those two apart is going to be way more beneficial for us, because having a build that has like optional outputs will get stuck. Because if one build is not going to get, or if one output is not used enough, then that will get your machine stuck. There's also the reason why we have to vent over here, because we don't really want this thing to get stuck. We want this one to keep on moving. And that's one of the hard challenges in Pyanodons, where you have to make sure that things are working as intended and things keep on working. And most of the time it works, not always. And most of the time we do not have to rely on venting, and I really hate venting because it feels like wasting resources. But if we can recycle, I love to recycle. Recycling is so much fun. It's just something I really do enjoy doing. There we go. This, by the way, over here, this is the old science center. This one over here is deprecated because we now have a new science center. The new science center, this is also a very lovely mechanic in Pyanodons. Where is that thing over there? It's only partially built. We've built this one with beacons in mind and with vat brains in mind. And if we have a look at the vat brain, now the vat brain is a thing we're going to be unlocking very soon. We're going to be unlocking that with Pi Science too. But if we go over here into the vat brain, where is that thing? There we go. Sometimes science pushes too far. The vat brain biocomputer grants a large productivity bonus to nearby labs at a high cost. The vat brain biocomputer works similar to the beacon. However, it must be fed constantly with cartridges such as the vat brain cartridge Mark 1. It goes all the way up to Mark 4. A single cartridge will last for 20 seconds. The effect of multiple vat brains can stack together, granting a greater productivity bonus. Whenever the cartridge expires, you will lose the productivity bonus. So basically, these are productivity beacons. And that's also the reason why we set up the laboratory like this. We got over here 6 lanes that come in. 6 lanes is enough to supply every kind of science. There's 11 sciences. This is 10. And then one more. So there's 11 sciences that go around, which we have to put into these science labs. And putting them on half and half belts will be fine, just so that we can keep this over here going. Now, at the moment, there's some yellow inserters over here in the middle that lob science over from this place into that place. And technically, we sorry about that. And technically, we also have to lob science from over here into there. For that, we do need to make filter inserters, but we have not made those yet. Maybe at some point in time we will automate those. But overall, the beacons over here, these are the diet beacons. These will be providing speed modules to make the labs go faster. And then the vat brains over here will be providing the productivity bonus to make the laboratories be more productive. And this is a neat little design over here. This vat brain over here affects all 4 of these. Can we actually see that? No, we can only see it if it's actually down. But it will affect all 4. Same for this one. This one over here will actually affect these 4, and this one over here, these 4. Actually, no, I'm talking bullshit. This one over here affects all 8 of them, as well as this one. And depending on how expensive these vat brain cartridges will be, we can then start preparing like 1, 2, or 3 of these vat brains, however we see fit. Now the vat brain food, where's the thing? Vat brain, the cartridges, there we go. Not quite sure what. Oh, that's probably the internal thing. Oh, okay, I understand. The vat brain cartridges over here, they do require a simple cost of like 15 brains. Yeah. The fetal serum, the shale oil is not hard to make, and the niobium, aluminum, titanium alloy is just take all of these plates, bang them together, and you'll be fine. Good. But yeah, this is our science center, and this is already prepped to have all the stations that we require to get all the science done. Perfect. All right. So, what else did we do? Let's have a grand look at things. We did put down a magnificent rock farm over here. Now, for the longest of times, we had... Where is it thing? It's not over here, but... for the longest of times, we had this place over here that was breeding rocks and was making latex over here, which was going on the train over there, which has been picked up every now and then. But we needed more rubber, and rubber requires more latex. So we kind of upgraded this build over here to a very, very nice farm build over here. And I really like how this thing looks. We got the sap extractors in the middle, which are enough to supply all of these machines. We got the reproductive complexes over here also in the middle. Each reproductive complex over here will provide 4 rock paddocks with the eggs that we need. And we could even think about of extracting these over here if these machines over here are all backed up and full. So it should be fine. Good. And of course, we make more rocks. We got loads of them, absolute metric loads of them on the belt over here. And they all go over here into these slaughterhouses where we turn them into acetic acid. Was it acetic? That's probably acetic acid. Sadly, the pipe is empty, so I can't see. maybe one of these pipes is still full. Whatever the acid is, it doesn't really matter. And then turn them into more latex. And then we got a big latex build over here. And how much latex do we have? Well, 62,000 over here. And then whatever was in the chest further down in the old base. So we're doing very, very good for latex. Also, on the plus side, we are making loads of meat, loads of guts, loads of chitin, and loads of brains, which are currently being stored all over here. And we got like a train station full over here of meat, a train station full over here with guts, half one for brains and half one for chitin, and that's going to be very, very good in the future. This thing over here will probably help us out for quite some time. Good. There's more things in the recap to cover, but since we kind of skipped on 2 recaps, I'm going to call it over here, and you will just have to see what else has changed in the recap for the next time. Nevertheless, if you do like what you see, please do leave a like, a follow, a comment, or a subscription. Every one of those actions does help me out in growing this channel into something bloody amazing. You can find more of Pyanodons on Twitch, on the Twitch channel. I'm streaming Pyanodons usually on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And every Friday, we do some Darkest Dungeon. And every now and then on Saturday, which will be today, by the way, if you're watching this when it goes live today, we are doing some GTFO on the channel as well. Nevertheless, thank you so much. We just made 10,000 military science pack. So that's a good point to send it off. And without further ado, I wish you all an amazing evening. And until next time, see you around! Also, do click like and subscribe. It really, really helps. Like there's a button right there. Click it.